Welcome back to Lost Dimension, and I'd just like to mention a fairly weird coincidence that just happened. I turned on the TV to record this, and the first thing that came on the television was 4Kids Yu-Gi-Oh! With Joey Wheeler and his Brooklyn accent. Yeah, that was interesting. So, I was wondering which person's character quest to do next. I was debating whether to do Marco first, because, basically... Oh, there is Solitude. Because Marco was the one who I was this close to maxing last time, but I couldn't. So I felt like he'd be the one I wanted to max first. But then there's George, who, I haven't really, used at all. He's effectively new to this playthrough. And I'm just wondering, since Yu-Gi-Oh! Came on, maybe it's, maybe it's a sign that I should give, Wayne Bandit Keith, as he's come to be known, a chance here. Maybe, though I would quite like to S-rank this on the first try, because otherwise I will need a third playthrough. Well, I want to get as many trophies out of the way on this playthrough, basically. So we've got Solaris, Flammer. Oh, the enemies are roughly equal to our level, and a Dorm. Because, yeah, I still want to complete... Hang on a minute. Were they level 23 before? Hang on a second. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Do the enemies in character quests scale to your level? I guess they do. Then again, level doesn't mean as much in this playthrough because we've already unlocked a huge number of powerful gift abilities, so again, level isn't actually so much of a consequence, but still, scaling to your level, I wouldn't have thought that, and that's going to make S-ranking manas even more annoying. Now, firstly, what I want to do, though, is I want to equip, let's see. Now, I'm on the wrong menu. I have heard that Yoko gets a really, really good ability from equipping Pyrokinesis, so let's do that. Dream Blast, I believe it is. Where is it? It's somewhere here. Dream Blast, there it is. Yeah, I've heard this is a very, very good attack, and it actually counts for Ignition, so... Yeah, that is pretty insane. Now, who should get Himenor's other abilities is the question. Oh, Flame Wall will be useful. Frost Wall's not bad, though. Let's see, do you get anything from, You get Painkiller from Rewrite, and Sense Superhuman, nah. Huh. Well, I guess I could go for Air Raid. Kinetic and... Oh, that requires Possession. And yeah, all of these just... cost way too much GP. Though, there is Ignition Punch. So you have Death's Mark at the moment. Okay, let's see what you can get, though. G-Force, Possession, Hyperdrive, Electrospark, Dominion, Rewrite, Adaptation, Death's Mark... Oh, Deep Freeze. Ice Attack that may seal. Kinda weak for a 100 GP move, but it's fairly cheap on Sanity. Should I do that, or should I go for Frost Wall? Frost Wall sounds quite useful. I might actually go for that. Now I just have Magnet Field and Dimension. Nobody seems to get anything from those. Oh, yeah, right. For Marco's character quest, I'll actually need to make sure to equip, Where was it? Wait. Oh, right. Dimension used to be on Himeno, and she's gone now, so... I can give that to Marco, and Magnet Field... Guess Marco could benefit from that, too. Perhaps you'll get Magnet Field. Give him some extra attacking options. So anyway, yeah, unless I could just do the beginning of Living Ruins and just get that out of the way, because last time I did that before I did character quests, and I guess I could at least try to see, if I level up the character quests, just to confirm if the character quests do indeed scale or not. Almost does feel like they do, which is kind of annoying. But anyway, Living Ruins. Okay, there's no files here, but there are a few conversations, so I might want to see if I can show those. They may be a bit different. Let's see, who needs to level up? Okay, Marco has the teleport, so he'll go there. Remember, I used Nagi in this mission before, actually. 2 people over the other side. George is actually not so good on the defensive, so I might actually want to bring Yoko and I guess Sojiro, maybe? And let's just bring George, because he's awesome. So just going to show the beginning of this, because conversation, and then... and then I think there will be a conversation at the end. So, this is mostly the same. So yeah, new line here.
Oh.
Another new line. Okay, so we didn't get the our teamwork is improved line. Interesting.
Move out.
I guess here I could try and show off that that bombing run ability. And now she has a bunch of those. Air raid, here we go. Okay, so it's a if I drop it there, is that a back attack? Let's try.
This power.
Well, yeah, it is a back attack. That's actually very powerful. I like that. Also, teleporting Marco time. Teleporting Marco fail. It's always hard to determine if you get back attacks on these things because they seem to be standing sideways.
Just go away.
Well, that was a back attack.
Let's go.
And yeah, I'll see you back here after the mission. And we're back. So, more dialogue.
No.
Yeah, we're all pretty overpowered this time. Marco's had some pretty powerful attacks. His stay back has been consistently doing over 1,000 damage to these enemies.
Yes.
Well, of course, because, well, if it weren't for me being nice to him, he would have got erased on the first floor.
But, yes.
I see.
Okay, that's kind of interesting. So with Argito gone, we didn't get the our teamwork's improving conversations, so has a bit of a different dynamic here. Now, I have 2 known traders here. I'm wondering how the voices are going to go this floor, because we already have 3.
Impossible!
Tampered with our memories.
Isn't that a little cold?
2. And for just them, again, what I plan on doing here is just deep visioning everyone. There's no point. I have more than enough VP to check everyone who isn't a confirmed trader, so I can just spam it all. Okay, this is a new conversation because we don't have a skip option. How did I not get these last time?
Damn it. No.
Sorry.
No, we'll have to keep killing until only 6 of us remain.
Okay.
That's right. But
I see.
that's right.
Huh. I wonder if this is, yeah, if this conversation is
Sorry.
different depending on how many innocents you've erased or not.
Yes.
Oh. Yeah. Let's go.
Very well.
Huh. Interesting conversation involving Nagi here. She survived to the end last time and... Oh, yeah, I don't have an idea of who the traitor is at the moment. Or should I say traitors. Ironically, Nagi's gonna survive this if she... If she's a traitor, she'll survive this. So, that's a little ironic. Now, with that, though... So, some of us did level up, I think. Yeah, some of us are 24. Let's see what that does to the character quests. So if we go to Solitude, check the enemies. Yep, the character quest scales. So it was pointless for me to put off Mana's one. Well, not quite. I do have more gift abilities, and I do at least have Daybreak now, or Daydream. I keep mixing that up. So, I might actually go ahead and spam that for Mana's character quest, because really there's no reason not to. I just want to get that S rank done. But... maybe we should go and do, not Creed and Sin, Zen of Justice. I think that might not be a bad idea. So we're forced to use Sho and George, and they're locked to those positions. So what enemies are they facing to start with? 2 Flammers and a Solaris. Okay. And the Dorm is on the other side there. Now, if this was a normal mission, I'd be suspicious there'd be a file all the way up in that far right passage, but there won't be because, yeah, they won't put files in non-repeatable missions. Now, I want to bring Yoko here just because, well, she's kind of broken, and she can just debuff the boss and go to town on it. Marco, because he's pretty powerful at this point. Kind of funny how later in the game Marco becomes more of a power-type character than defensive. And then, who else to use here? I am liking that bombing run ability Nagi has. Should someone go with George and Sho? You know, I haven't actually had Zenji copy George yet. That might be interesting. And last slot, let's go for Nagi. I believe Nagi's also learned her passive that boosts the movement of the entire squad, so that is awesome. Definitely one of the most useful mastery abilities in this game. And I mean, a lot of them are really useful. I mean, Warp Flow, I kind of wish I got Warp Flow.
Huh?
Huh? Yeah, what is George doing?
Let's go.
So let's just spin the camera to load the area more.
Are you ready?
Now, we lose this if George goes down, and that might be a problem, seeing as George is actually a lot more fragile than you'd think. Yeah, they're stunned to shave. Costs a ton of GP insanity, though. 94%. Guess I could go for this. And, of course, no crit.
I'll tear him apart.
Now, Zenji... Again, I haven't seen what happens if you link with George.
Calculating my mind.
This will certainly make Zenji do a lot more damage.
Let's do this.
Let's try a... I was kind of leveling up Critical Shot recently. Let's see if this works.
How's this?
Well, got the critical. And that's, that next slasher didn't really do all that much. I mean, it wasn't as much of an increase in damage, so a little bit disappointed there. Kind of wasted my GP. Oh, hi there, Explosive. I don't like the way you're positioned there. But I guess I could stab you. Nice! Yeah, in the first playthrough, despite its high critical chance, I almost never saw stab then critical, but I guess we're seeing that now. Uh-oh. Yeah, I'm worried about that Explosive.
I'm here for you.
I can keep going.
Yep, we can certainly keep going. Now, I'm wondering if, I have Snowstorm. That has a range of 5, and Stay Back has a range of 6. So that'll hit these 2. Okay, can I hit all... Yes, I can hit all 3! That's exactly what I wanted to do. So, Stay Back! See, look at that damage! It's just insane. Speaking of insane, though, it is fairly expensive on Sanity. And you're out of range of everything, aren't you? Unless... Well, I could do that. No, what TV tropes call splash damage abuse. Abusing area attacks to increase the range of your regular moves. Basically just throwing an area attack really far and hitting enemies, I was about to say you're avoiding getting countered, but you got premonitioned. No, you're using your Sleep Jammer. I saw one of these things use a Charm Jammer at one point, and yeah, never saw that in the first playthrough. So you're just going to hang back there and charge. What?
No.
Okay, that sounded profound at first, but what does Fire Drool mean? The world will never know.
Are you ready?
However, George is ready to use his, where is it? Thundershade. Dang it. Oh well, at least I can get a back attack with this.
Nothing is impossible for a true hero.
Oh yeah, that's the first time I've shown that on camera. It looks amazing. That's probably one of my favorite attack animations in this game. Actually, just realized something. Zenji can use that too. Or not. Okay, so he doesn't copy the materia. Wait, he does. So... he does have Thunderbolt and stuff, but he doesn't seem to have Thundershade. So I'm guessing you can't copy materia skills, but you can copy the materia, well, I mean, like, the skills that you learn from equipping other people's materia. Okay, what's the best thing you have besides, that? I guess Helmbreaker? Zenji is suddenly a samurai! Well, he certainly has the hair for it.
Good.
Commencing assault.
Alright then, yeah, only 2 enemies left, however one of them is a Dorm. And I wish I had some way to unsleepify Marco. Then again... yeah, Dream Blast that Pyrokinesis move, but for now I'll just use a Noise Blaster on this thing.
Sorry.
Yet more splash damage abuse!
Let's go.
And I know I've mentioned it a lot, but I really love Noise Blaster. It's just such a good skill. Do I need to list its merits again? Okay. Doesn't hit your allies, wide area, good damage, chance of inflicting confusion. It's just an all-round really good ability.
This is my chance. This shit's
I
getting
doubt
old.
this will do anything, but... guess it's worth a shot. Well, maybe he could go for a full Helix. This is essentially Brain Hacker Light at this point in the game.
Move out.
And now Nagi. Now, I really want to recover Marco from sleep, but for now...
Time for a
kind of want to hit this boss with some big either debuff or status attack. Though I might even be out of range of pretty much anything. Let's see. Nope. Psychic Assault's 170 now, wow. Well, at least I can use, again, getting a rewrite in would be awesome. But, I guess I can go for Noise Blaster.
Sorry, but
No, don't apologize to Dorms, they deserve it. Well, I think we know who's getting shot by this attack. Yeah, not a 1-hit KO, so I'm fine.
I see. No.
No!
Huh?
And he actually said for great justice. We knew that he'd say that at least one point.
Cannot stop now.
Yeah, unfortunately, he's kind of not really in range to get anywhere at the moment.
Goddamn head. Let's do this.
So I'm going to have to use a lot of deferring. Because I want him to get on the action here. It'd be embarrassing if he was fairly low on the battle rankings for this mission, despite it supposedly being his.
My goddamn head.
Kind of want to kill this boss now, though. Oh boy, Zenji's sanity's low.
Here, I accept my duty.
Yeah, George is awesome.
I'm a little tired.
If his head's gonna explode, yeah, that's definitely not good. Should I use Rewrite or just... Look at this Dream Blast, look at this, like, area attack, 213 power, so even better than Psychic Assault. Only 11% sanity, that is amazing.
I can sense even more.
Also, it looks amazing.
I cannot stop now.
Yeah, that's a lot of damage.
I cannot stop now.
You know what, I just want to get George in just so that I can... I can't get behind it, can I? Well, I guess I could go for... Oh, Stygian Strike. 180 power. Guess I could go for this.
My justice is evolving. Ha ha ha! Yes. Are you ready? Be gone.
Okay, that's awesome.
Excellent.
That is pretty awesome. He does have some of the best move animations.
I see.
And yeah, all of that to determine that he needs a new perspective.
I see.
And we get more research reports. We're starting to fill these up. And hey, Zenji got a good amount of points there. And well, we S-rank that, so that's one less character quest that we need to go back and S-rank. And I guess will be the same amount of voices here, because I have Marco and Zenji.
Isn't that a little bleak?
Yeah. See, I think at this point, the voice system just doesn't really work to determine who the traitors are, but you now have more than enough VP to just VP everyone who you don't know is a traitor, so it's pretty easy to tell.
Show.
Okay, so I don't know at this point. And George's bond is gonna max out soon, and that's gonna be awesome. Yeah, let's just say we don't know. Huh, Mana's up for erasure now. Which may be good if she's not a traitor, because yes, in this floor I'm gonna have to erase every remaining innocent. Yeah. Gonna have to make sure that none of the other traitors get erased here. Yeah, this is actually gonna be kind of tricky. Anyway. Okay, I really hope that this is going to be his Max Bond conversation, because if it is, this is going to be awesome. Come on, full voice acting.
I've been meaning to see you, Show.
Yep, there we go, full voice acting. Yep, it's maxed. This is going to be amazing.
Now, behold, the new and improved me.
I don't want to.
Let me show you.
Well, let's see what's changed.
Well then, let's see what you've got.
I see what you're doing, Show. You're trying to see what I've learned. You're seeing if my transformation is righteous or merely superficial. After all, the old George would have prattled on with you to zero avail. So this was your plan, wasn't it, Show? You were trying to test me all along, weren't you?
Supposing I did, why would I want to spoil it?
I see. If you already knew me so well, you already knew me so well.
Well, I guess you actually did change.
I know, right? I feel like my outlook on life has broadened more compared to the old me.
So you found your answer then?
My answer?
You were concerned about it, remember? If our actions, the judgment, were an act of justice.
I am aware of that. Justice wasn't the one who wavered. It was my heart. Each person has their own justice and reason for climbing the tower.
Yeah, even the traitors do.
Coming to know them and their rationale made me doubt if I was correct.
I see. So what are you gonna do now?
My path has already been set, Show. If everyone is correct, we must keep moving onward. We must continue to carry out our own justice.
So, does that mean you haven't changed at all?
That isn't true. It means I'm able to keep moving forward while carrying on other people's justice. But it doesn't matter if it's justice or not. Even though others have their own justice, I shall follow the path that I believe in.
You know, I just realized something. There should have been a counter for the number of times George has said justice this whole playthrough.
That is my answer.
I see.
That's actually a pretty good answer, though.
And as such, I have returned with a spirit as firm as steel. That I have, as it were. I am now Hyper-Psychometrist George!
That's amazing.
Such a loud guy. However, it's good you're back to yourself.
You're happy that my moxie has returned, yes?
Well, yeah, I think everyone's happy about
I
that.
can even read the expressions in the back of your mind now. You have my gratitude, Show.
And that is another Max Bond. Only 2 more left to go. And for some reason we have a normal, and weirdly enough, the Bond with George trophy is Sojiro.
Damn.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think Justice is with us for this playthrough, sadly. And oh boy, we're probably going to have to erase George, because I think he's rigged to not be a traitor for the second run. So, let's check out that file that we got. It's right at the bottom, because I think George is last. There we go. G10. Beginning tests of subject G10 psychometry. For initial section, we gathered 5 types of instruments and various elite musicians regularly used. According to our reports, we predict the subject will read the memories of the instruments prior and be able to play with the same level of ease and skill. That's kind of interesting. We'll also have him play instruments that belong to musicians of various skill levels, ranging from beginners to professionals, and compare his performance to that of the original musician. That way, we aim to measure the accuracy of his impression. The subject soon takes a flute in hand and closes his eyes. We continue to observe, knowing the subject seems to have begun his psychometry. Subject has yet to begin performing with the instrument. It seems we might need to measure the appropriate time per psychometric process. While holding the flute, the subject suddenly screamed, "Jesus!" and abruptly threw down the instrument. His expression appeared horrified, as if he had just witnessed something dreadful. We instruct him to play the instrument, but he continues to yell no and refuses to even touch it. We decide to recommend a different instrument to him. Yeah, that was the problem. Unless, that instrument belonged to someone who was like a murderer or something. And yeah, seeing those kind of memories might be, pretty terrifying. We continue from yesterday and begin to test the instrument performance through psychometry. We're curious as to why the subject gave up during the previous test, but we'll continue to observe his efforts. When we recommend another instrument besides the flute that had previously caused distress, he accepts it willingly and begins reading it. And same thing happened again. It appears he is still exhibiting the same negative reaction as he did yesterday. We need to halt the test and immediately look into what is affecting the test subject. We enter the lab to see where the subject is and attempt to make him hold the instrument he threw down. The subject goes pale, however, and continues to shake his head while begging in obvious distress. No, no. Yesterday's flute and the instrument today both belong to top-class musicians with no criminal record. Okay, so that's my theory gone. What did the subject read from the instruments that horrifies him so badly? A tranquilizer has been administered to the subject and a counselor has been called in to calm him down. Some surprising facts come to light through the subject's subsequent conversation with the counselor. It seems that the test subject doesn't want to practice the instruments. These top-class musicians must have had to go through unimaginable amounts of practice and harsh training to master their craft. It seems the subject was able to read all of this and so was dismayed by the thought that his body instinctively rejected the prospect. Okay, that's kind of interesting. So basically it's like, you know, essentially you're getting all those years of practice all at once, which would probably be pretty stressful. It's been decided that the test cannot be continued any further. We have reached the conclusion that this test must only be administered when the mental maturity of the test subject is at appropriate levels. As the subject continues to repeat his refusal to practice, we conclude the test somewhat concerned for his future. That's interesting. Only a few more of those files to go. But anyway, now that justice has been served, I will see you for the next episode, when we focus on maxing out the bonds of those who have turned from the way of justice for 2 playthroughs in a row.